Like, how is it that you want to ask me to be a part of something that you haven't created yet, that you're not prepared for? You want me to come into it and create and me put in work to create enough space for me, but then me not have any say so on how this go. Like, this don't make any sense. You gotta pick one. You gotta pick one.
Because you're gonna always find a dud that doesn't want to be a husband, or a wife that doesn't want to be, a woman that doesn't want to be a wife. That's a million of them out there. I mean, we see that every day.
Okay, now real quick, SB, I gotta hold you to the fire. Now, I don't disagree with anything you said, but I have a question to see if we can kind of pin something down here. You said that it's a lot of women who aren't ready to be led. You said it's a lot of men who aren't ready to lead. Both of us are right in that regard. My question would be, who's more right in that regard?
I don't listen. I think
that just think of it in terms of percentage.
Percentage wise.
Who has the higher percentage of their gender who's ready to step into this role that is ordained by the good Lord?
Women.
Well, I'm getting ready to blow your mind, because women. I think I hold the men more responsible, because you were ordained to be leaders. God gave you the authority initially. Now, why along the way you decide to give it up, start compromising your kingship and all that, I have no idea. I have no idea why a man wouldn't want to go around beating his chest, being a king. I have no idea. But that's what happened. So we need to make sure men know this and can operate in that. And I really think the women will follow. But
so to answer your question, you said based on percentages, who's more ready to walk into a family to build based on numbers?
Yeah, but so again, let me make sure it's clear. If we looking at women as a whole, we looking at men as a whole. Who has the higher percentage of each that are ready to step into this role that we're talking about?
If we're going by numbers,
out of men and women.
If we're going by numbers, because numbers cannot be disputed, women are ready. Women, because 67% of Black children are born into single mother households, no father. So women have to raise their children, period, with or without a man. That does not absolve her of her duty. When a man chooses to leave, he is not left with the responsibility of raising children unless he gains primary custody. So based on statistics, when you say who's more ready to build a family, women.
No. See that?
Hold on.
Again, that's why context is important here. I didn't say who's more ready to build a family, because just because a woman has kids doesn't mean
I'm gonna get to the other stat.
Suitable wife. So what I'm saying is this:
okay,
who's more ready to step into their role as a whole, like as a man, step in prepared to lead with a decent foundation, or a woman who's willing to step in and be feminine and be a wife and be with that man lead and follow that man's lead. If he's setting it, who's more ready?
Are you moving the goalposts on me, Trill? Because I'm gonna follow you. I got a play I can call.
I've been asking the same question.
Okay,
just keep narrowing it down. I want to make sure that it's concrete.
Okay.
That's all.
I want to add something to the initial question. The men are the ones who have to ask the women to marry them. So again, I still think that the men are at fault, but there are ladies out there that want to be married.
I agree with that too.
Again, SB, that's not what I
asked. Women to marry.
You wanted me to quantify whether the man was ready or the woman. You wanted me to say which one is more ready.
Wanting and being ready are two different things.
There we go.
Words matter.
Yep. I was gonna say that, we all women want to get married, but we don't have the willingness to work and put the effort into the marriage. That's different.
But I'm only speaking of willing women. That's how I began.
Right.
I only said women that were willing.
But I agree with SB. The man is the one that asked for the marriage. So if it was up to a woman, if someone asked me to marry, we would say yes. But most of the time for women, it's under the conditions.
I think that you need to being ready for a wife, being ready for a family. I don't know. Y'all saying it like y'all didn't know all of a sudden, like, oh my God, weddings cost money. Like, what is it that you think when you go to propose to a woman, to get married, to make a these things cost money. But then when we get to talking money, it's like, whoa, money.
Within
take this little this right here. Just take a little bit of this right here. You as a man understand what it takes to have a family, as we majority agreed in the beginning, that it is a valid reason why a man would take the time to prepare such things. So I don't understand, especially like I understand fully rather what Lucky was saying is like, how is it that you want to ask me to be a part of something that you haven't created yet, that you're not prepared for? You want me to come into it and me put in work to create enough space for me, but then me not have any say so on how this shit go. Like, this don't make any sense. You got to pick one. You got to pick one.
You know what, Trill? I think you're exactly right. I think they have proved your point over and over again today, that the men are more ready to be married, are more ready to be husbands.
Have they proved
They're definitely not. They're definitely not.
I think sometimes we get away from agreeing to disagree, right? And just because we don't agree with each other doesn't mean you're right and we're wrong, or I'm right and you're wrong. We just have different viewpoints.
No,
and it would be lovely.
It would
be very lovely if we can just get there and move on.
No, but you all proved his point.
I didn't prove nobody's point, because I didn't prove
nobody's point either.
Hold on, no. I told you a lot of times I'm up here bullshitting, but I'm all right in my real life. No, I told you that I did not go in debt. I told you I got married in my backyard. All my cars are paid for. We do not have any debt, with the exception of this home. So that's it. So I'm good. So I didn't prove anybody's point, except you got to do what works for you. But for the women or men that choose to think outside of the way I think, God bless them on their journey.
I want to ask this.
That was what he said, that he feels like more men are ready to be husbands, and I agree.